Hello and welcome back to the paint stripper test. This time we have acrylic thinner, or Humbrol acrylic thinner, 125 milliliters. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to work, because it will either, this stuff's meant to be mixed with acrylic to thin it out a little bit, make it go further, or it's used to strip the paint off, or both. I don't know. I was in my local hobby shop, saw acrylic thin, I'm like, I know what to do with that. I've got a YouTube channel. So we want to see if we can get the acrylic off. Let's read the back here. Specially formulated for thinning and cleaning Humbrol acrylic paints. So I assume that also works for any kind of generic acrylic paint. Reduce the drying rates, avoid contact with skin, all that stuff. So I'm not going to pour it out into my little tub, even though it is here. I'm just going to leave it underneath because this was surprisingly expensive for the amount. I don't really want to waste it. Let me just safety lock off. It doesn't quite smell like white spirit, but it's got that little, that clear solvent smell to it. So what I'm going to do is just dip my brush in and see if we can just scrub a little bit off, let's say, the tail. Here we go, got our guy from last time. I've given him a quick clean to get the last of the... Oh, that's just come off. That's come off. So obviously the white spirit from last time did remove some of the glue, but that's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for paint. So let's give it a little go. Like that. Let's move the tub underneath. And yeah, just get this. Let's get this tail. Let's try and get it to focus so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to look through the fucking camera now. I'm just scrubbing back and forth along this tail. And is it coming off? Go somewhere there isn't any inking, so these are older models, so I'm assuming that's actually ink rather than just the watered down acrylic normally used. What we want to see is a bit of white, because I'm assuming this, whoever had these before spray paint these white first. And see if we can get any of the acrylic off. No, it doesn't look like it's coming off. Let's scrub over the face, let's get a bit more. It did say it was good for cleaning, so my assumption was it's good for cleaning acrylic off things like paintbrush and stuff, which means why I don't see why it shouldn't work with models. But let me just try and rub it a bit hard on my fingers, see if I can get any of the paint off. No, I mean if I scratch it really hard I can get it off, but it's not. That's not using the work of the stripper there, it's just me scrubbing it with my fingers. Or is it coming off? There's more black there than there was before. It might be working. Okay, what I'm going to do is tip some of this out into this tray, leave it for 10 minutes, and hopefully we should have some kind of results on this little gaunt of ours. I forgot his name for a sec. Yeah, let's completely cover him. Go up to his head. That's most of him submerged. You can see him there. And I shall see you in about 5 minutes. Hello, we are back. It has been about 5 minutes. We can see what's happened. I've been gently agitating this and brushing this and all sorts. I'm mainly working on this gun here, brushing it. And just go on, focus. Really steady. Come on, focus here. So this works. Come on. Move back a little bit. Alright. You can see here that the gun, nothing really has happened to it. Clearly it's wet. And the paint job weren't great to begin with, but I haven't noticed anything. If you go back to the bit of the head I was just rubbing. No, again I think that's just a shitty paint job. Nothing's really come off, which is a shame. Let's scrape it. I mean, a little bit's come off. That's mainly just me scraping it and the fact it's wet. So yeah, that's Humbrol acrylic thinners. If it doesn't strip paint off, I don't really know what the use for it is. It says here for reducing drying rate of acrylics, but from my experience, acrylic dries fairly quickly. I don't know why you'd want to speed up any more than it already is. And one of the sort of downsides to acrylic I find is that it dries a little too quickly, and if you want to do something like blending or something like that, then you have a limited time span in which to do it. But no, I'm a little bit disappointed. That was a fiver of mine wasted. But that's what these tests are for, and now you know not to make the same mistake. Unroll acrylic thinners does not strip acrylic paint off models. Or at least not to a degree that would be any better than you just scrubbing it with a bit of soapy water anyway. Which is maybe what I want to try next, but probably I'll try another potent solvent to try. So join us next time and to see if I pass out from any fumes. And hopefully get this paint off this poor little gaunt that's not... He wants a good paint job, but he's not getting one at the rate. I don't want to just spray over them, because as you can see it's too thick, and if you, like me, like to get I'm a cheap on the internet, you have to particularly look for, unpainted, and they can be a little bit more expensive. So if you can get a batch job with terribly painted ones, if I have a good way of removing the acrylic off them and I can start painting them again, I save myself a considerable amount of money for relatively a little bit of work. And that's the end goal with this series. Obviously, if you're revisiting models that you painted when you were just starting out and you're like, oh, I can do that better again, that's another reason why I'd want to do this. But no, as for acrylic thinners, this is not the way to go, unfortunately. And hopefully we'll be back next time with something that does work. And hopefully I won't pass out. Bye bye.